Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we'll be looking at 10 GameCube games that are still fun to play. If there's a GameCube game that we're squares for excluding, let us know in the comments.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Pikmin 2. While not the only Pikmin game for the GameCube, Pikmin 2 is better than its predecessor. This sequel features a longer runtime and more gameplay variety with large dungeon-like caves to explore and more breathing room in general. Pikmin 2 also introduces a second protagonist, Louie, as well as new types of Pikmin to use in battle and in puzzle solving. Although many prefer the motion controls of the re-releases, Pikmin 2 is still a blast on its original system. Regardless of how you play it, Pikmin 2 is worth picking up. Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's main weapon might suck, but this game certainly doesn't. One of the GameCube's launch titles, Luigi's Mansion has remained a beloved game over the decades. Mario's taller little brother ghost-busting a creepy mansion is a game concept that players didn't know they needed back at the turn of the millennium, and its cartoony horror and satisfying gameplay is still just as fresh as it was when it was released. It may not be a long game, but Luigi's Mansion is a spooky fun time that gamers love to revisit again and again. F-Zero GX. There aren't many F-Zero games, and the last major one was for the GameCube. Seriously, give us another one, Nintendo. Granted, we can see how tough it would be to improve on F-Zero GX. The numerous colorful racers are all here, and the sense of speed and need for quick reflexes are almost unparalleled in the racing genre. While this can make GX tough to get into for some, if you're willing to put in the mileage, you'll find one of the speediest and most thrilling racing games out there. Super Mario Sunshine. Every 3D Mario platformer feels distinct and unique from the others, and Super Mario Sunshine is no exception. The tropical setting is beautiful and surprisingly consistent across all the levels. The hub is a ton of fun to explore, and the controls make even moving around a satisfying experience. However, Sunshine has a few annoyances that hold it back from landing higher on our list, such as progression blocks, poorly explained controls, and abrupt difficulty spikes, some of which we're still receiving therapy about. Mario Kart Double Dash. Keeping with the Mario theme, Double Dash is another fantastic part of the franchise on the GameCube. One of the system's best-selling games, Mario Kart Double Dash has all the hallmarks of the Mario Kart series, but with its own unique twists and improvements, such as drifting giving you a boost for the first time. The biggest selling point, though, is the 2 characters per kart mechanic. Not only are you able to switch between them in single player, but 2 players can control one kart in multiplayer with someone controlling the items, which you can also carry more of. With its improvements and unique gimmicks, Double Dash is a Mario Kart game everyone should rush to play. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. The last Mario game we'll be discussing, sort of, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door has the potential to age well for as long as its millennium-long name. Its paper art style in particular holds up fantastically. The gameplay is similarly timeless, with the turn-based combat and timed hit mechanic continuing from its predecessor while also incorporating plenty of new elements. An interactive audience during fights, paper power-ups, new partner characters, and playable Bowser and Peach sections are just a few of the additions. The Thousand-Year Door is a gateway to one of the most entertaining and cherished Mario RPGs ever made. All you have to do is step through. Also, find a copy. Fire Emblem: Path of Radiance. The Fire Emblem games are some of the most celebrated RPGs out there, and Path of Radiance is one of the most popular entries. Beginning with the simple premise of a band of mercenaries aiding a princess in retaking her kingdom, the game explores an expansive world with a huge cast and themes like prejudice. Despite its graphics feeling a little simplistic even at the time, you have to remember that it was the first Fire Emblem game in 3D. Plus, the cutscenes are still gorgeous, and the core gameplay remains a solid blend of rock, paper, scissors meets chess. Path of Radiance positively shines, and it's well worth embarking upon. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Although it was tempting to choose Twilight Princess instead, our pick for the best Zelda game on the GameCube is The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Featuring a cel-shaded art style that holds up wonderfully, Wind Waker is a beautiful game through and through, with all the usual Zelda dungeons and exploration set in a vast sea of adventure. Wind Waker's soaring soundtrack, charming characters, and pseudo-open world feel at once ahead of their time and timeless. Everything about the Wind Waker is just so delightful and inviting that we still love setting sail for it today. Super Smash Bros. Melee. The biggest system seller on our list, and one of the most enduring popular fighting games out there, Super Smash Bros. Melee is a true classic. Melee took everything about the original game and improved upon everything to such a degree that people continue to come back to it, even with the improvements made to subsequent games. The game has a competitive scene that endures today, thanks to its tight controls and the speed of combat. However, even casual players can still appreciate Melee's great roster of Nintendo characters, adventure mode, and many other features which are endlessly enjoyable. Metroid Prime. The GameCube featured a couple of Metroid Prime games, and while Metroid Prime 2 Echoes is also exceptional, we think the original holds up best. The perfect blend of a 3D adventure platformer and an FPS, Metroid Prime is an action-packed game. Each new location draws you in with beautiful environments, challenging puzzles, and deadly enemies. Prime had to translate the Metroid franchise's non-linear maps and atmospheric settings into a new dimension, and it accomplished that challenge and then some. Metroid Prime is a prime example of how great the GameCube was and still is.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.